Hi everyone, this is Nadia here talking to you about the crowdfunding source Possible. We are going to talk about what Possible is. Possible is a crowdfunding platform that um, is geared towards creators to present their project ideas to an audience around the world. They specifically like film, albums, like recording albums, books, theater productions, etc. Their mission includes crowdfunding creativity. So this is another one that is really strong on wanting the projects to be really creative. Possible supports bold new ideas, art products, and the talented people who conceive them. Project supporters become a vital part of the true creative community. So, here are a couple of the project guidelines with Possible. Your campaign must have a clearly defined outcome, time frame, and goal. So, what you want to be able to accomplish, the time frame you want to accomplish it in, and the goal that you have set. Projects must be under one of the following categories. So, there's a list of different ones, and as you can see, most of them are really creative things. And then they also say that projects can also be a part of like community outcome, environmental outcome, educational outcome, or innovative outcome. So they give examples like the community outcome could be a sporting club or a community group. Environmental outcome could be a community garden. Educational outcome could be for schools or neighborhood housing. Innovative outcome could be like a startup business or a new project or medical research. So they give a large, category of what you could choose from, and I'm sure even some of the ones maybe a little outside of the box. I'm sure maybe still fine, but these are just kind of their guidelines of what they're looking for. So how does it work? So first, you must set up your project. So you must plan it, target, and think about the duration of how long you want it to last. Make sure you have your product description, the rewards that you're going to offer the people that give money to your campaign. So this could be as simple as a thank you note or as extreme as offering them the actual product that you want to give them or giving them, something that they can hold in their hand. So it's just up to you what you want to give them for their reward. And then also having a video. So step two is promoting your campaign. So once you set it up, you're going to promote it. So you're going to have the launch, meaning like when you're actually going to go live with the campaign, when people can actually start clicking on the campaign and donating. And then promoting your campaign through social media, having a PR campaign, like really structuring it so that you can really get it out there to as many people as possible to support it, and then getting creative with promoting your campaign. So, any way that you see would be beneficial to you, any creative way, getting your campaign out there for more people to donate, then so be it. So then after the campaign, is step three, and basically you just deliver the rewards and then stay connected to the people who have supported you. Okay, so if your project is successful, Possible will initiate all the captured funds from the project supporters and transfer the funds to the project creator directly, minus the possible fees. And they do this within a 3 week time frame, about 15 business days. This is pretty standard, I think, through the crowdfunding arena, and that's where you'll get your funds. And then for unsuccessful projects, in the case of an unsuccessful project, the pre-authorized transaction of the project supporters pledge will be canceled, and then no funds will be captured, and then no fees are charged or applied. So here are the service fees. So they actually have different amounts that they take based on the amount that you earn. So 5% are is what they're going to take um, for the funds that are pledged up to $100,000. Then 4% from 100,000 to $500,000, and then 3% for over $500,000. so it decreases the more you make. Additional fees. So you also, on top of that 5%, 4%, or 3%, will have transaction fees. So merchant transaction fees for credit cards have a certain amount, and this is just kind of highlighting the different places where the fees are a little bit more, or where they start to kind of become a little bit different from the norm fees. And then this depends on if you're using like Stripe. Um, these are the fees. And this company is based in Australia. So, but anybody can use it. But these are the fees that are associated with that. These are the fees that are associated with CoinJar. And then the PayPal fees here. You can see if you're using PayPal, how much it's going to be. So overall, let me go back to fees really quickly. Overall, it's probably just a range between 7.5 and 10 to 12% of what you're going to spend on fees. So it just depends on where you are in the country or in the world. And that just, you know, is how much they take, and depends on what you use for your transaction. And again, like their base fee is here, so this is just whatever is just the amount that's added to that base fee. Okay, and so their success rate is actually at 57%, which is really high, and they actually claim to be the highest success rate even over Kickstarter. Um, So I thought that was really cool, that they actually have that much of a success rate. Here's some helpful facts that they give. The average amount raised on Possible is about $6,000. The average time spent on Possible project page is about 2 minutes and 43 seconds. I thought this was interesting because when you put a video on, you don't want it to be super long. So they're just giving you an average of how much time people actually see scanning through your stuff. So you just want to make sure your stuff is easy to read and that people understand it and that they can kind of watch the video quickly, and kind of gauge initially, even if your video isn't under 2 minutes or whatever, just making sure that that first 30 seconds of the video, people can kind of understand what's going on. So I thought that was cool. The most popular reward is $50, and the average pledge amount is 86. $6,500 is raised on average by projects with a video versus $3,500 with projects without a video. So it's just the emphasis on how important those videos are to have. I think that is probably very accurate because this day and age, you definitely watch a video before you read stuff. That's just my perspective. Then for projects that reach 30% of the target, there are over a 90% success rate. So if you can at least get to that 30% mark in your target, then you're more likely to actually reach your goal. And then outside of direct links to the campaign, fake Facebook makes up 36.7% of the traffic on Possible. So I thought that was cool too. So if you're not heavy on Facebook, it may be a reason you need to get heavy on it because it makes up for over a third of the traffic to fund your campaign. And then the last tip they kind of give, or the helpful fact, is that for some projects, 80% of pledges come in the first and last few days. So it just goes to show, like, really pubbing your campaign the first couple of days and really pubbing it, the last couple of days, could really help to boost it. So I thought that was interesting as well. So let's take a look at a few examples on Pozible.com. As we're kind of looking through here, it's similar to a lot of other crowdfunding platforms I've seen, but what I like instantly about it is that it automatically just kind of gives you a few that you can look at, and I like that. I think it has just like a really cool edge to it. And then you can click explore, and it takes you to even more projects that you can kind of click on and just kind of peruse. This one right here I thought was kind of cool. The fruit guy. He's actually biking around the continent of Australia, and he has a couple of like rewards, like shout outs, or you get a ticket to when he finishes the ride, where you can go and cheer him on and all of that stuff. He has like a nice little description here. I thought his video was kind of, cool and well done. So you can kind of see, like, um, kind of the premise of, the pages on Possible. I have a few other examples I'm going to show. Click back here. This is similar to my business. I thought was interesting. It is the Beer Mobile Bar. I think this is in Detroit. And so they have a video as well. Then they have rewards. So he's actually giving like party tickets or like kegs or a party pack. So a few examples of what it looks like on Possible and kind of what people are doing with their own pages to give people ideas. Okay, and let me just do one more. I thought this was cool because it's not actually like a product or a business, but it's actually like, like a nonprofit, like giving to the National Breast Cancer Foundation and doing like a Mother's Day tea in the park. And so they're basically, taking donations. And so they have perks that actually don't cost anything. Like they'll name a chair after you, or you'll be in a book, that they're doing. Like if you're a small business, then it's an advertisement. Well, I guess that does cost them a little bit of something, but you can get a permit to the event. You'll get a thank you card, things that really don't cost a whole lot of money. So that's like their perks or their rewards that they're giving. So I thought that was unique. Um, and I actually don't think they have a video. So this is a good example of somebody who doesn't have a video, although Possible does recommend it to increase your pledges. It's still good to see one that maybe doesn't, that's fairly successful. So they're almost near their goal, but they only have about 7 hours to go. All right. So my final thoughts. What I liked about it is that it's global, so it's across the world. Um, I like that. And it encourages people from across the world to kind of, participate with them. I like that they also want to see your project succeed. I didn't show this, but if you look on their website and you kind of look on some of their pages, they actually show the staff. They actually, encourage you, call them, hey, email us, let us know what we can help you with. And I really think they add a personable touch to it, which really makes me think that they really want you to succeed. So I really like that. And they even talk about how they invest their own money into some of the projects, and I think that's really cool too. The navigation I think was very easy. I liked it a lot. And then like I've already said, you can call for support. I think that's cool. I did not see that on other crowdfunding places that I researched. Also, I'll go over the things that I didn't like. The fees were a little steep and a little complicated to kind of understand. Um, but yeah, I didn't really care for how expensive it was going to start to get, and maybe that's because it's international. I don't know. And then also, I thought it was similar to other crowdfunding websites. It was nothing unique about the website in particular, and I think I don't know, maybe I was looking for that because the success rate is so high, but I guess it's not a requirement. So those are just the things I didn't care for. Overall, I think it was pretty good. That's the end of my presentation. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know, and thank you so much for watching.